I don't know if I'd drive the van across the thing or boat, but for sure, like, you know, switching up, like going to, I don't know, different country or, you know, even different place, right?
Yeah, I think the most inspiring thing about it, I think, is learning to live that minimalist lifestyle.
Yeah,
Because
that's
in
good.
reality,
That's
like,
good.
what do we really need? In reality, we don't need a whole lot,
Much,
right?
yeah.
You know, there's a quote by a guy named Sterling Hayden that I carry around on my phone, and this quote is responsible for really changing my life. Right, this quote is probably the sole reason why. You know, why I quit my job with the government to do jiu-jitsu and run jiu-jitsu academies full time, right? But part of the quote's a long quote, but part of it he talks about what does a man really need, and he says, you know, about, you know, a place to lay your head at night, a place to sleep, a little bit of food in your stomach, and purpose. You know, and then it kind of the quote ends with, you know, what will it be? Broken the wallet or broken life? Like, we put such an emphasis on money and making money. We don't really need a whole lot of money, right?
No.
And so he was more about, hey, he wanted to venture and create these memorable experiences, you know. And so he kind of ends the quote like, "What shall it be? Broken the wallet or broken life? Like, the choice is yours," you know. And he talked about, in that quote, he talks about the illusion of security, which I was caught up in. I mean, I had a great job with the government, don't get me wrong, but you know, I was working every day. I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was in the office by 7, get off at 5, and then I would drive to Santa Fe to train. But I wasn't. I felt like just wasn't going anywhere. I was just kind of a hamster on the wheel, spinning every day, you know, and I was afraid to step off of the wheel because the wheel had become this illusion of security for me, you know, and I wasn't really living life, but I was afraid to step off the wheel because I felt secure, you know, and you know, you have to, if you want freedom, you got to be willing to give up a little bit of security, and that's what I wanted. I wanted freedom. I wanted the opportunity to do and live life the way I wanted to live life, doing the things that I wanted to do. So it was a matter of stepping off the hamster wheel, giving up some of that security in order to obtain freedom, and yeah, so that's what I did, and
you're
never
doing,
looked back, and no regrets, you know. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
So
yeah, people talk about it, but you did it.
Yeah,
You're doing it.
And so, and again, back to that minimalist lifestyle. Like, how much do we really need, right? Like, here's a girl, an awesome, amazing girl. Laura's so awesome. I think the world of her. But man, she lives in her van with her cat, and she's gaining amazing life experiences. The things she's seen, the things that she's doing, but she doesn't have a whole lot, you know. She comes back off of her trips and works teaching jiu-jitsu. She's an amazing jiu-jitsu instructor, and I pay her the best I can. She saves up her money, and she's off to the next adventure, you know. So,
Wow.